Welcome back to Westshore Parks and Recreation. If you are rejoining us from that Division 1 men's game, the UVic Norsemen Div 1 team took down the Westshore Vlox 31-10 in a great showing from UVic. A couple issues from Westshore that they're going to want to clean up at training here, but nonetheless, we carry on with men's Premiership action. UVic Vikes taking on the Westshore Valhallians. Valhallians top of the Premiership table, 9-1, and the UVic Vikes sitting at about 7th place right now.
We've got some hardware on the line. As we mentioned earlier in that previous live stream, the Howard Gerwing Shield is being defended currently by Westshore, as well as the Thor's Hammer is up. Westshore leads an 8-point aggregate so far from their game in November. UVic needs to come away with 9 points or more to take both pieces of hardware.
Thor's Hammer in honor of Lunk, a Vlox and UVic alumni from back of the day. Sadly passed away about 3-4 years ago now, and this Hammer trophy is in honor of him. Played over 2 matches over the course of a regular season between these two sides, and as Zephyr mentioned, the Valhallians on top right now, 8 points ahead. So they just have to win this game or not lose by more than 8, and they'll come away with the trophy. Here come the Valhallians wearing black today, led by Captain Kane Parrott. UVic in the yellow and blue hoops. We are in for a good game.
If you're just joining us fresh, I'm Zephyr Melnick, and my co-host is Max Foote. We are here to give you some live, unbiased commentary on this match. If you're checking us out from the Facebook, make sure to pop on over to the YouTube, subscribe there so you can catch tomorrow's video. It is Burnaby Lake versus Westshore. All the dead time cut out, just the action, 80 minutes, pure rugby for you to enjoy on a Sunday afternoon.
Valhallians missing a few of their key starters today, with a few guys off to Canada Sevens camp for the upcoming HSBC Canada Sevens at BC Place. A couple more injuries has left this team a little under strength, but nonetheless, they will go out there for this game today. Opening kickoff from the fly half, Josh Nordstrom.
Find some grass.
Goes deep. UVic ends up with ball in hand on their own 22. Big tackle there from South Recalma, the lock. Going back to the boot. Michael Uhtred. Cooper Coates. That one will go out, and it's a UVic line out.
Excited to see here. I'm recognizing a few faces, some old teammates on both sides of the pitch today.
4-man line out from UVic. That one not going straight, but no lift from the Valhallians. UVic have an advantage here. Offside.
Tough call to start already. Marching them back even farther.
UVic starting this game on the front foot. Lachlan Crooks with the ball. The scrum half gives off to Coates. I am expecting some fast gameplay here. Both backlines full of skill and ability for both these teams.
Despite a wet earlier morning, the rain has held off. Maybe the ground's drying up just a bit, giving a bit more ability for the players to run around, sling that ball, have some fun with it.
So UVic line out inside Westshore's 22, about 10 meters away, goes to the middle, looks to set up the maul. That ball spills out. Quick pop inside as they rumble forward. They're about 5 meters now.
Great sticks from Westshore's defense so far.
And that ball gets knocked on. Westshore saves saves themselves from getting scored on early in this game. We're going to have our first scrum.
Excited to see this. Westshore scrums have been taking a bit more of a frontal focus in that forward pack. They've been getting some extra time in on those scrum machines, those lunk machines. Here we go. Can hear the set from here.
That scrum just collapses, and we're going to just reset it. Looked like the tight head just fell on this side. The referee's going to switch sides. Keep an eye on that.
You got to be able to control your weight and strength in these scrums. Especially as a tight head, it is very hard to have that whole scrum coming through.
On the reset here, Westshore ball. Good
Nice
stable
and
platform.
stable.
That's a great looking scrum. Westshore gets the advantage there. Nice.
They're marching it. That's
And they
exactly
get the full
what
arm.
they want. Great work.
That is an awesome scrum there early in the game from Westshore, exerting their power, flexing their muscle. They're going to go for a line out on that far side now.
Great identity from that front row to be able to hold and hold and hold, let that pressure build. And as soon as UVic falters, they manage to get a good drive.
That ball doesn't go out on the kick from Josh Nordstrom, so UVic on the counterattack now gives the ball and a knock on from the Vikes.
Let's see if Westshore can repeat the same scrum again. That front row looking mighty impressive, real strong, shoulder to shoulder. A little bit of chatter from the UVic back line, identifying who they're taking on defense.
Another great scrum from Westshore. They're keeping that ball in. That finally comes out, so Nordstrom goes to the air.
Does it find grass? It's collected.
In the backfield is Coyote. Nordstrom to Olindi. Olindi puts a boot on and finds the backfield in behind that back three.
Great identity there.
Now running out of their own half is UVic. He puts it to the air. Finds Nordstrom.
Oh, dancing, dancing. He's isolated.
UVic doing a good job to maintain that counterattack from Westshore. Valhallian's now setting up. Recalma carries.
Oh, legs
Almost
over the
looked
shoulders.
like a dangerous tackle, able to put him down cleanly. McGuire
Find some
puts
air.
it up. Westshore going to that boot a lot early here. Oideman on the chase.
And he drags him down.
Sandner almost gets away from him.
Attacking back blind.
Short side, that ball just doesn't quite find hands and ends up in touch for a Westshore lineout.
Great work here. UVic, a resounding wake-up call being heard. So they're evidently unhappy with that outcome.
Toby Higgins in the air for the Valhallians, gets it cleanly. Sejanovic on the carry.
2 to take him down.
Same way is the Valhallians. McGuire in the 12 jersey today finds some space and gets through. He breaks through, gets down to the UVic 40. Clean ruck from Westshore, goes same way.
Quick hands.
Lindy on the outside. Dancing around attackers.
Through.
Incredible work from him. He's just so shifty in contact.
Oh,
Nordstrom bobbles that ball. Looks like they were trying to set up a good string of passes, but will just get taken down there. Lindy has to dive for that one, able to hold on to it.
Back to the blind, setting up a good, over the top.
Little chip kick there from the scrum half goes through with Ty Manny on the chase.
Bounces well and straight off the park.
And Sandner will put it out into touch to relieve pressure on the UVic Vikes.
A great overall outcome for Westshore, considering a few bobbles there just in the hands. Able to maintain it, kick it down the park, and end up with a line out on UVic's 40.
Valhallians throw in here. Do
Nice
it
and long. Good.
wearing the number 2 jersey today.
Oh, with the offload from the ground.
Able to maintain control. That looked a little dangerous there for the Valhallians. Now Lindy goes the other way, finds Oyu. Oyu gets taken down right away, and he's out of bounds. Unlucky there to walk into touch from the Westshore winger, and UVic relieves some pressure on that attack.
Looks like we already have a change potentially.
Quick line out from the Vikes. They go to the back. That gets disrupted by Seth Rakalma, and it's back in Westshore hands. Perry dishes to Do It, who gets driven backwards. Good tackle there from the Vikes. That ball just falls off the fingertips a little weird and goes out to McGuire, who's able to pick it up. He gets brought down right away by the defense. Good work from the Valhallians to secure that. Rock Rakalma looks alone there. Sajanovic finds him.
Oh, a nice little chip.
Oideman goes to the boot.
Westshore is just probing with these kicks.
And that goes to Coots, who puts it in the air. Lindy is there to get it. Now he's going to just run it himself. Gives to Nordstrom. Nordstrom finds a gap. He's through. He's got 2 in front of him. Cam Parrott on his left. He's just going to run. He's going. He gets brought down by the defense. Great work from Nordstrom to find a bit of a hole there. Abu Al-Naj able to hold on to that ball. Westshore inside.
We got a straight arm.
Inside Vikes territory, advantage to the Valhallians. 10 meters out.
I think a UVic player was in that ruck, stopping that ball from coming out.
Parrott, the captain, goes over top. Slowing it down, here's the Valhallians trying to find something. Quick little inside ball. They had a free one, so they're going to go back to the advantage here. Wonder if they're going to go for the points.
Rolling away. I think it would be a smart decision here to just take those points. Looking like they're having a bit of a discussion, little chat on what might be the best course action. They're taking the scrum.
Great call. We've seen the power of this Valhallian scrum early in this game. They're going to want to maintain. Seen before, some of these Valhallians backs are just superstar caliber skills, so they're going to rely on that. Grayson Perry, the scrum half, feeds it in. That scrum's starting to go sideways, and it's a
slip by.
Gamage gets away, gives inside to the scrum half. Big tackle from Nelson Oyu. Great work. Maintaining possession is the Vikes. Little ball spills out of that ruck awkwardly. Gets brought down. A pick and go is the Vikes forwards.
Their rapid attack did not quite work, so they're slowing it down.
Through. Gets about a meter on that carry, getting gain line. He goes again. Underneath those posts. Sticking to these forwards, trying to build some space for good. Lindy gives the ball to Gronwald. Gronwald's just going to rumble it and reset it here for the Westshore. It's going to go about 10 or 12 meters into touch.
Just a little bit of pressure. No need to run it out of your own try line. If to check out the YouTube, make sure you subscribe. We've got last week's Burnaby Lake game going up tomorrow, so you have something else to watch on your chill Sunday.
Last time these two teams met in the first half, it was a close game all day with the scoreline going back and forth, resulting in a Westshore win. Vikes are definitely keeping that in mind here, wanting to get an upset over the number 1 ranked Westshore Valhallians.
Valhallians proving they've got some game IQ, you know, 1 hit, 2 hit, kick it out. No need to play long, extended phases when you're in your own half.
13 minutes gone here in this BC Men's Premiership game.
Westshore did steal the last UVic lineout. Let's see if they can do it again.
Vikes setting up a maul. It goes over, ends up in the captain's hands. Another mistake for the Vikes early. Good little pop from Sajanovic, ends up in Gronwald's hands, who just gets driven to the ground by the UVic defense. Now Nordstrom darts through, gets brought down. Messy ruck there in the middle of the field. Able to clean it up is the Valhallians. Perry goes to the boot.
Oh.
Omar was chasing it. I don't think he knew it was bouncing right in front of him there.
I think he was just prepped for the collision.
Great work from the Valhallians. Field position gained. They're going to have a scrum right at the half.
Great work on both sides. Defense is still quite eager to make those hits. We've got some big collisions, some big carries, all around an exciting game of rugby.
We've seen this Valhallians defense do some amazing work in games past, especially in that tight contest against Burnaby last week. And we've seen some awesome stuff here from the Men in Black today. The question is, are they going to be able to stand up to UVic's deadly backline?
UVic is well drilled. Again, they are a university squad. They play together. Some of them live together.
Use it, says the referee.
Oh,
Great set piece play from Westshore. Ends up with McGuire alone. McGuire breaks the last tackle, and he's going to go all the way for the first try in this game.
Absolutely phenomenal. Wonderful set piece play. You know, you couldn't have drawn it up better. Straight from the practice pitch.
There we see the last tackle broken by Taylor McGuire to put those 5 points on the board for Westshore. That was an awesome little move from 9 to 10 to 8 to 12 to break the line and open up this scoring.
Gibson with the tee, stepping up, seeing if he can extend this from 5 to 7 points.
Peyton Gibson wearing number 13 for the Premier team today, trying to put his first 2 points on the board. That one's just going to go a little bit wide to the right, so the score's going to stay 5-0 in favor of Westshore. 16 minutes gone in the first.
Westshore's already set up, ready to receive. They're eager to continue this, maintain their momentum. A lot of familiar faces.
Got 2 balls on the field right now. We're playing a bit of bully rugby.
You can only play with one ball. You can't play with both your balls.
On the reset is the Vikes, going deep to Avery Oideman, who easily takes that one, and he's just going to put it out of bounds. Goes off the wrong side of his foot. So an exit attempt ends up in a UVic lineout on Westshore's 22.
Westshore has proven that they can take these. Let's see if they can do it again.
5-man lineout with the insert for the Vikes, looking to set up another maul. Gives out to Nordstrom. Nordstrom finds his back pairing wide. Gibson looks for a little gap.
And the offload's clean.
Finds Higgins, the lock, who's just Beckle from UVic, now on the attack.
Knock on.
Knock on. So that's Rugby so far, 18 minutes gone in this match.
Westshore has proven to be really could go either way. I think those forwards, yeah, you can see it here. They were still trying to get away with some cheekiness.
That scrum just gets blown up by the referee, Bradley Schwegler. Westshore maintaining control. Here's Zephyr, and that one just goes down, both front rows hitting the dirt, so we will reset again.
Big collisions, but you need to be able to maintain control over that collision. Going straight down on the mark, the ref's not eager to give it any which way quite yet.
Had a decent crowd here gather for this Premiership game at Westshore Parks and Recreation in beautiful Colwood, BC. Home of the Velox, Valhallians, and Valkyries. McGuire goes to the boot. And that ball bounces forward.
A frustrated kick, sending it back down the field.
Gareth Sander, unfortunate mistake from the fullback there. Westshore, field position again. They're going to go from scrum to scrum, gaining about 35 meters on that.
Their last scrum, real strong, wasn't going forward, wasn't going backwards, just setting a stable position for the backs to attack from. That is all you can really ask from your forwards. Create that platform to allow the backs to attack. Here we go. A little bit closer. You might even be able to hear the thud. Don't know if our headset mics are that strong enough, but I'll let you know.
That was a great hit from both teams there. Good, stable scrum from Westshore. Nordstrom finds McGuire again. Oh, it gives Oideman, who tried a little set-piece play, knock on, and now UVic is on the counterattack on the far side of the field.
I do believe they've played that advantage, so that won't be going, nope, never mind, there's a new one.
Advantage for the Vikes inside Westshore territory. And we're going to blow up that missed pass.
For hands in the ruck.
Hands in the ruck is the call. Once that ruck is formed, you can't go digging for that ball in there. You're going to end up with a penalty, as we've seen here. Cooper Coates will put the ball into touch to set up the Vikes forwards for this line out on the Westshore 22. UVic relying on their maul here today. Even in that Div 1 game, we saw quite a few mauls. Something they've been working on.
They do have the 9 set up in the back, so maybe no maul.
Yeah. Not this time. Coates with it. And the Vikes center just rumbling. Coates again goes out the back. And that goes to the boot. Olindy's going to chase it, and he puts it down in the try zone for a goal line dropout.
A little bit of relief from the pressure. Westshore is probably planning on just trying to kick it as deep as they can. Some wonderful probing attacks from the UVic backline there.
Gamaj gives to Jones. Gets brought down by the prop pairing for the Valhallians in the midfield. UVic testing this Westshore defense. Coates goes for a little up and over. Nordstrom is able to get it and breaks off one tackle, finally gets brought down. Toby Higgins is there to support. Ends up in the hands of Ricalma. Now back, Olindy to relieve some pressure, puts the ball into touch.
Great kicking from both sides, just absolutely testing the limits. We have seen this picture before, though, a UVic lineout just outside Westshore's
No insert set here for the Vikes. Was over again, and Kane Barrett is there to pick it up, but that's going to be a knock-on against the Valhallians. Unlucky there.
Scrum to be expected in a wet game, in a January game like this. However, with the lack of rain, these knock-ons are not just wet balls. It doesn't look like. It looks like. The ref chatting with the front row, making sure.
Some awesome scrums
Yeah,
today. Another one.
Back. Is that ball? Yeah.
That ball,
lost.
the 8-man fall, and it's a
Huge.
scrum penalty.
You could hear Westshore erupting.
Oh,
They're
no,
getting
here we go.
argy-bargy. Scrum caps are getting ripped off.
Oh, boy.
Faces are red.
Some argy-bargy here from both forward packs. UVic unhappy.
The UVic player heard that they didn't like rusty nuts and bolts for breakfast cereal, and they erupted. Absolutely.
We saw the Valhallians get in the face of their opposite men there after that big scrum penalty, and tensions boil over.
If you're just joining us now, scrum from Westshore, resulting in a penalty for them. A little bit of argy-bargy. I'm sure the ref's chatting with both sides. Doesn't want to see that again. Wouldn't be surprised if next time that pops up, it will be a card for an instigator. Strong kick puts Westshore at just inside their own half.
5-man lineouts being set up here by the men in black. Ball is away for Foster Dewitt, the hooker.
Another kick sailing into the car park, bouncing off the pavement, probably hitting somebody's car.
That's the risk you got to take coming to Westshore Parks and Rec, watching some rugby. Ball goes to the middle for Recalma. Clean take from him. Sajanovic on a flat ball is just going to have to go into contact. Griffiths is over it. Doesn't get it. Now McGuire gives out. That ball misses its mark, and Vikes is on the attack right away. Higgins tries to jump on it. Everybody's falling on top, and there is a knock-on in all that chaos. So a Westshore attack turns into a UVic scrum 10 meters out.
Some good back and forth. You know, it really creates some tension in these matches. You do love to see it. One-sided matches are really just no fun for all parties involved.
Looks like Sean Griffiths is going to have to leave the field early. Looks like he hurt something in that last contact. Unfortunate for UVic to see him go. He is absolutely deadly with ball in hand.
X7's player, played on that HSBC 7 circuit before. Old player, old friend of mine. Love him to bits, but he is made of paper mache sometimes.
I'm sure he's going to love hearing you say that.
Absolutely. He's great with the banter, too. He can take it.
So Jasper Keast is going to come into the game. We saw him play a lot of minutes in that Div 1 match, so he's playing a little dirty here for the Prem side.
Playing dirty, of course, is, you know, working double shifts back to back.
Playing 2 games in a day. Been there, done that.
No fun, sirree.
You feel it the next day, that's for sure.
Big collision.
Man, these hits in these scrum today are awesome. That one looks like it's wheeling a little bit. UVic holds on to it. Quick rumble from the UVic backs, and now a pick and go from the forwards. 2 meters out is UVic.
They look like they're getting held up here. Balls.
And advantage being played for the Vikes now. Short, says the referee on that one. Another pick and go. New advantage. Another pick and go coming from the Vikes.
They're absolutely storming this Westshore defense.
Great work from the men in black to hold this ball out. Going the other way now. Tries to dive low, doesn't quite get there. Short again. This is a textbook defensive stand from the Valhallians. As Vikes keep punching, trying to get their ticket, and they finally do.
Well deserved from the UVic side.
Murdoch Casey will open up the scoring for the Vikes, tying it up at 5 apiece. 28 minutes gone. Does a good job to set up an easy kick for the Vikes to add another 2 and take the lead. Tight contest so far from both sides.
Much easier kicking position. UVic looking to lengthen 7-5.
Gareth Sander.
Got some Vikes supporters in chat. Do stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe. Have this game going up, cut up with all the stop. You can enjoy 80 minutes of pure rugby coming in the next couple weeks.
Sander will get the extra 2. 7-5 in favor. Nobody really in control of this game so far. Seems like a pretty even contest at the moment.
I do love to see that. It's more exciting for the spectator. Means the inevitable win either direction is even that much more enjoyable.
Nordstrom on the reset goes to the 22, and Coates will put it to the air, putting it way back. Alindi calling off his age, saying, I got this one. He finds Stojanovic now, who just rumbles, takes about 3 to get him down. It's time, Manny. Who's going? He's got some space in front of him. Finally gets brought down inside the 10-meter mark. Parrott gives inside. No meters gained on that phase.
They did have an arm advantage, but I think they might have gained that. Oh, some quick balls playing back inside.
That's some great work from Westshore.
Oh,
Oideman's got a space and puts a boot up, and that one just goes out. Little mistake there from the winger. Trying to put a chip back inside.
Hard to make that kick when you're getting chased out of bounds. It did look like if he maintained that ball, he was going to get knocked out anyway. A valiant effort.
Definitely the right decision from him.
Field position gained, nonetheless, is a great place to be in. Way better to be in the UVic's half than in your own.
Line out inside their half. Coates is going to go to the air. Alindi is way back to collect.
Knocking it backwards,
Great
it in bounds.
Skill work to stay in bounds with that. Steppen trying to find some space, throws one off of him, gets brought down. Now the prop will carry. Not going anywhere.
Getting folded in half.
Toby Higgins with the ball, gives to Nordstrom. Nordstrom spots a gap, almost gets through. Stojanovic is there to secure right away. That ball spills out. Perry is able to get it to do it.
UVic's individual tackles have been phenomenal so far. They've matched man for man so far.
Great hands from the Valhallians. Gibson. Oh, just that extra pass was unnecessary, and now the Vikes go the other way. Great little dummy from the lock. He finds Crooks. Crooks is getting chased down, but it's not going to be enough.
Tough to see for the Westshore boys. Another phenomenal counterattack from UVic. That extra offload was just a little bit unnecessary. UVic was able to capitalize quite well.
So, a opportunity capitalized by the Vikes makes it 12-5 in favor of the visiting side. 7 minutes to the half here. That ball gets put down right under the stick, so it's going to be another easy kick for Sandner. He's likely going to go for 2 for 2 here, and it'll be...
Put his body on the line, though, that UVic player.
Yeah, looks like he is going to pay the price for those 5 points. Sander will add the extra 2, pushing it to 14-5. Now the Valiants have some ground to make up.
UVic starting to maybe run out of players. They have some injuries. You hate to see it. Valhallians still ticking strong. If they can answer that try, they will still be in this game. Let's see what they got.
Going deep is Nordstrom right to the hands of Cooper Coates. He's just going to put it out on the full.
Forcing that kicking battle. Maybe a smart decision from Westshore, knowing that Coates is going to just boot it right back down.
Jeff Oluch is on the field for the Valhallians, wearing the number 22, looking to make an impact off the bench. Westshore line out on their own 10-meter mark. Goes to the middle. That one gets bobbled by Racalma, and it ends up in the hands of UVic. Great little offload from the floor. UVic right back on the attack, and the penalty. Not releasing. Great work from Nelson Oyu to kill that attack.
Amazing awareness from both sides to react on a dime. You know, when that ball bobbles in a lineout, you got to steal it. UVic did that well, and then Westshore just responded with that turnover.
So a bit of a nothing burger at that play. We'll go back to the lineout, basically in the same spot as the last one. Westshore going to try and do this one right now.
Back to where we were a couple minutes ago.
That one cleanly taken, sets up a maul, the Valhallians. Midfield maul, love to see that. They get moving. Great work.
Still moving.
Bringing guys in, and an advantage now around the side. Kane Parrott takes it by himself.
He's still moving.
Still going as Parrott. We'd love to see the skill from the number 1. Nordstrom gives outside to Gibson. That misses its mark. Oyu is there to clean it up. Oyu is on top right away, and we're going to blow that dead to go back for the advantage. Perry going quick. Not tapping quick, but running quick over there to maybe set up a tap and go. But we're going to slow it down and just go to the corner.
I think with how much time is left in this half, Westshore is just looking to maintain this ball, control of it. Slowly marching down for an inevitable 5 points is better than a potential rapid play that goes the other way.
That's a good kick from the fly half. Josh Nordstrom just inside the Vikes 22. Westshore now in the green zone, trying to set up a try to get back in this game.
We saw the maul at half. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another maul coming here.
To the middle. They do set up the maul. Vikes seem to be on top of this one. They're more aware of it now.
Westshore can just hold this pressure. They're around the
Janovic
side.
gets away. He's alone, though. Parrott finally gets there with the clear out. Foster Dewitt will pick and go. Doesn't quite get anywhere on that.
Sucking in the forwards. That's all they can hope to do. Create a
Another
bit of space for their backs to attack.
Pick and go. Abu Al-Naj, and now Ty Manny goes himself. Nordstrom talking to McGuire. Looks like they're trying to figure out what to set up for the backs when it goes there. And that's an advantage. That player came into the ruck. Perry taps and goes quick and finds Ty Manny. They're about 3 meters out from the try line. UVic trying to hold him up. He does do a good job of getting to ground there.
Just a little too high in that collision.
Perry digging it out, finds McGuire's, and now we go to the backs. Gibson to Oyu. Oyu tries to step inside, give a little offload backwards. Nordstrom is chasing it down. Great work from Jeff Aluch to be aware that that ruck was getting blown up, so he just grabs it himself. Groenwald now.
Oh,
Groenwald double tackled. From 2 meters out to now 40 is the Westshore attack. Alindi finds a bit of space.
UVic's defense is feeling electric. You can hear their chatter.
Foster Dewitt is going to go and get brought down inside the Vikes 22. Parrott finds Nordstrom to Recalma. Recalma goes nowhere on that one. Parrott again.
Playing this short side, really just trying to find an opening.
McGuire, the big inside center, is just going to carry himself, supported by Dewitt and Aluch. Now they go the other way. Westshore probing this defensive line of the Vikes one phase at a time, trying to see if there's anything on for them. So far, it doesn't seem that way. Sejanovic, Nordstrom to Olindi. Olindi dancing around trying to find some space, cuts back the other way. He gets grabbed by an ankle. He's not going anywhere.
Absolutely phenomenal
That
from
ruck
UVic's defense.
gets a little messy. Perry is able to dig it out now. Gibson out the back. Nordstrom goes himself and gets brought down right away. Good work. Oh, and Jeff Aluch is going to knock it on and kill that Westshore attack.
Amazing pressure.
9 or 10 phases stringed together by the Valhallians there. Ends in disappointment. And the Vikes are going to be happy to get out of that sticky situation.
Yeah. As impressive as that defensive phase was, it is super hard to do 8, 9, 10 phases in a row, just making one-up collisions, making those tackles. It gets exhausting. Another scrum. Really trying to test which pack is less tired after that extended series of play. UVic's shown they can get the ball in and out pretty quick. Westshore has also shown they have the power to hold and drive over.
Alex Gamage stepping in at scrum half for the Vikes, as we saw Lachlan Crooks had to step off the field after his last try. That scrum gets blown up, and we're just going to reset, says the referee. No harm, no foul.
Moving out of that mud patch that is developing. A little bit more stable grass underfoot goes a long way.
Jeff Aluch set up by himself on this short side. UVic look like they're setting up a little 2-on-1 there. Perry's going to have to keep his wits about him if UVic picks down this short side off the scrum.
Massive hit.
Every hit in this game of the scrums have just been incredible. And
starting to
Westshore
wheel.
trying to pressure. Foster Dewitt gets popped out. And now they'll go to the boot down the short side. Olindi is back there to take it. He does. He's just going to dance around trying to find some room.
Going sideways. He's running himself out of space.
Thinks he's playing some sevens. That ruck is getting blown up, and Perry's just going to kick it out to call half.
Better to relieve the pressure, just go to the half, then risk another try. Not the outcome Westshore was looking for. Phenomenal defense from UVic. Stop that push, stop that attack. Make sure you stick around, tune back in. We'll be back shortly. I'm Zephyr, joined by my co-host Max. We will have another 40 minutes of exciting Premiership rugby for you to watch.
Welcome back to Westshore Parks and Recreation. UVic Vikes up on the Westshore Valhallians, 14-5 going into this second half. It's been a pretty even game so far, I'd say, with no one really taking command. A couple great tries by the Vikes, an awesome effort by the Valhallians so far. All of their attacking phases have not quite gone the way they were hoping, but nonetheless, there's 40 minutes of rugby left here, Zephyr.
An exciting 40 minutes. I am pumped. The scrums have been dominant, the lineouts have been strong, carries have been great, but most of all, it's the collisions. UVic's really been setting a precedent. We saw it at that end of that second half where Westshore had about 10 or 11 phases in the UVic end, and UVic just was not letting them in.
Great defensive effort from both these teams here. Definitely something to watch going into this second half. Westshore going to try and at least get 7 points here early to put the scoreline a little closer. UVic in the lead.
Here we go. Ref is starting.
Kick goes long. Jeff Alucha goes over his head, and it gets picked up by the Vikes. Not the way the Valhallians wanted to start this game. UVic on the attack inside Westshore 22 now. Carry by the forwards. Sticking to the forwards is the Vikes. Another rumble gets brought down by Toby Higgins. He doesn't do a good job of rolling away, and now it's advantage for the Vikes. Cooper Coates goes himself rumbling through, breaks a couple tackles, and he dots that down under the post.
Well-deserved for the Vikes. They managed to capitalize off that kickoff. They came out hot, absolutely seething with a bit of heat, and it rewarded them.
30 seconds into the second half. UVic adds 5 points to the board. 19-5 in favor of the visiting team. Not the start at all of what the Valhallians were looking for. Sandner set up. He's had 2 easy goes so far, 2 for 2 on the day, looking for his third.
Westshore has historically always struggled coming out of the half. It's a little shocking that it was this rapid, but hopefully it's the wake-up call that the Westshore boys need.
And he will easily get the extra 2, pushing this to 21-5. Westshore not looking to wake off that kickoff.
Nuh-uh. If you're just joining us now, welcome to the stream. I am Zephyr Melnick, my co-host Max Foote. We are here live in Colwood, British Columbia at the Premiership game between UVic and Westshore.
Cooper Coates collects that easily and just punts it back down the field. Lindy is there to collect. That was almost a 50-22 for the Vikes. Lindy saves it, puts a little chip up.
Oh! Shin on shin. That was loud.
Oh, they both look okay. That looked like it would hurt, man. I'd be on the floor if that was me.
Absolutely.
UVic now on the attack going the other way, spreading the ball wide. Gibson in front. Great tackle from Peyton Gibson, the outside center. UVic slowing it down in the midfield here, just trying to make gain line, not trying to do anything fancy. Cooper Coates is going to put it way up in the air. Lindy is there underneath it. Easily gathers that one. Looks like he was going to go for the pass, but no.
A little bit selfish.
Now he goes to Perry.
Went backwards.
Now we go to the boot. Nordstrom slipped in that kick in the mud. UVic now on the counter attack, goes to the short side. Thorn Coyote gives back inside.
Offloads are kind of going a little crazy. Looking like it might be Westshore's, might be UVic's.
And Toby Higgins finally puts an end to all that. 10 meters out now as the Vikes trying to add to their tally. They've got some space. It's a 2-on-1. He finds his man, just one to beat. Finally gets brought down by Rakalma. Short ball to the prop is the Vikes.
Being
We're
blown
going to
up.
go back for the advantage. I didn't even see that arm go up.
I would have to assume it was in that hustle and bustle, all those offloads. What is the call from the ref?
Not
giving us a
saying
hand
anything,
signal.
so we're
coming back here because
offside,
I decided
maybe?
to.
I feel like that might have been an offside call during all of that chaos of offload city.
That is a good bet.
So Coops is going to put his forward pack into the corner, likely setting up a maul drive to try and extend this lead early in this second half.
Mauls have been strong so far. Westshore shown that they can sack them quite quick. They also have shown that they can rumble. If UVic can get this ball in clean and get that maul set up rapidly, I do think they're in a really great advantage in scoring opportunity. Westshore hoping to match quickly and or get that sack as soon as it hits the ground.
There it is. They don't set up the maul.
Fake
little
maul
trick play brought down by Sjanovic. Pick and goes now. Advantage again for the Vikes. Westshore discipline slipping. Going the other way is the pick and go. Ty Manny and Nordstrom right there to push back the attacker. And they get it.
Another try for UVic lengthens their lead 26-5.
Vikes coming out of the gates in this second half just steaming. 2 tries in a matter of 5 minutes for UVic. Westshore's got to go back to the huddle and figure out what's going on here.
UVic playing like they just had some of Michael Jordan's secret sauce at that Looney Tunes Space Jam halftime. They are absolutely on fire.
You're the captain, Kane Parrott, for Westshore. What are you saying to your men right now?
Oof, it's a tough one. You want to keep morale high, so you can't be too critical, but you need to identify those weak spots. And I think those weak spots are just individual errors. You know, the missing that ball on that reception, maybe that offside like we saw. We had 2 penalties on the goal line. You got to cut that out.
And Gardner will add another 2 to the board and another 1 for his tally. He's 4 for 4 on the day. 28-5 now for the visiting side. UVic Vikes. Westshore marching up to the line, trying to get back in this game. They've only got 1 on the board early in that first half. They got to turn things around quickly before they run out of time. Here we go. Nordstrom on the reset goes to Coates. Coates sets up the kick. That one's going to go straight out this time.
Into the crowd.
So Westshore is going to restart now with a line out just inside the half. You're going to have to rely on some back skill.
Let's see what we've got.
To the back they go. Over the top of Rakalma. Nobody in behind to clean that up. That ball goes to the ground and gets knocked on by the Vikes. So Westshore will maintain control after a bit of a mistake in the line out.
Honestly, pure luck there for Westshore to come away with their scrum. Vikes' pressure has been insurmountable so far in this second half. First scrum of the half. Massive hit
again in the scrum. Westshore wins that one cleanly. Now Parrott will go to Nordstrom. Back, they ran that play in the first half and it resulted in a try. This time it ends up in a knock-on against.
Great identity from the Vikes to shut down that attacking play. Sideline erupting in applause. We've got a wonderful sideline here of supporters. I think some hockey players from the Q Center popping over to catch a game of rugby while they're waiting for their training or their match. Love to see it. Some great community. If you're in the Colwood area, try to pop down on a Saturday. catch a game live, get a hot dog, get a brew pop, support grassroots rugby.
Next Westshore Rugby home game, February 7th, facing off against the visiting Mariloma Rugby Club from Vancouver. You won't want to miss that game. Coates goes to the air trying for a 50-22, and he gets it. McGuire's down in the midfield. Missed that one. And time is going to get stopped by the official here with Taylor McGuire down at the halfway mark. Not sure what happened there. Did you catch that one, Zeph?
It looked like him and Coates maybe in post kick. It didn't look too meaty or anything, so maybe he just got his noggin knocked a little bit. Sucks to see.
Taylor McGuire, one of those critical backline players for the Valhallians. Hailing from New Zealand, he has just a lifetime's worth of skill and rugby knowledge. It's going to be a loss to lose him.
We also have another Vikes player down with a calf potential.
McGuire is going to go off with head coach Aaron Frisbee coming out and saying, "That's your day, son." So Westshore is going to lose a key piece of their back line. Down 28-5 to the visiting Vikes.
Looking like damage is also going off for the Vikes. Bodies are wearing.
We saw some pretty intense collisions in that Division I game. Few more here in the Premier game. Close to time back on here with a couple injuries on both sides. Subs coming in. Derek Carroll for Westshore on the field.
Some support for Taylor there in the chat. We hate to see him go. UVic's coach is on, though, looking to maybe jostle the boys around, figure out who's going where now that they're down a few players due to injury.
So time back on with a UVic line out from that 50-22 from Cooper Coates. Coates again gives to his center, who gets brought down right away. Derek Carroll getting involved early.
It looks like UVic's got an advantage for a potential high tackle.
Down the far side is UVic, dancing back inside. Finally gets brought down by the Westshore defense. To the middle of the field is the Vikes. Bit of trickery here. Lot on the field, gets away. Finally, Rakalma tries to bring him down, doesn't quite get there.
Great work from Lot there, the captain for that Div 1 team, making double duties today. Ooh, massive stick. Great double hit.
Down the short side, Coops finds his prop, who's rumbling forward, and Rakalma goes down from that collision. And that ball gets held up. Another body down for Westshore.
Tough to see. Bodies are hurting. So we're getting longer into this game. I mean, there's still about 30 minutes to go, but it is hard to weather a storm with collisions this big.
So time is off for the injury right at the 50-minute mark. Seth Rakalma wearing the open side flanker jersey today. Another key piece of this Westshore game, looking like he might have to step off for the day.
Player safety is of the utmost importance, and it is better to step out of a match confidently than continue and maybe take yourself out for the rest of the season.
And it looks like Rakalma is going to have to come off the field with Matt Weir stepping on.
The ref checking in. Hey, rusty nails or rusty bolts?
He's slow to get up, but it's good to see him walking on his own. That's always a great sign.
Yeah.
And he's had an impactful day for the Valhallians. Going to have to end it early. So we restart the game with a goal line dropout. Westshore. Now the Vikes with it, running it right up the center. He runs into Albu El-Naj, has great support in that tackle. Tries to hold him up, but he finally gets to the dirt. UVic and a dirty ruck will go to the short side. Sideline for UVic, not liking that collision.
Ball bobbles, but is collected.
Great little handwork. That ball spills out backwards, says the referee.
It's kind of hard to tell what's going on. Yeah, maybe more mauls.
Now that ball spills out the other way, ends up in the hands of Weir. Jeff Aluch carries, trying to set up a platform for Westshore to exit. They get it to Nordstrom, and he gets a great boot on there and some good distance. That was a scary situation for the Valhallians to be in. They relieve a bit of pressure as Mitch Bowie is going to come on the field for Grayson Perry at the scrum half position.
They are now just desperate to get out of their own end. With the remaining time, there's still lots of scoring opportunities, but you cannot do that from inside your own half.
28 minutes to go in this Premiership game. Four-man line out from the Vikes. They go to the back. That one gets disrupted.
Oh.
And
knock on,
we're just going to call that a double knock on and reset things in favor of Westshore.
To everybody watching from home, if you're in the Facebook stream, why don't you pop on over to the YouTube? We have the YouTube chat pulled up here. So if you're talking in the Facebook, we unfortunately cannot see your responses. However, if you're in the YouTube, we can absolutely see your banter. Get in with you a little bit. Tell us how biased we are. We'd love to hear it.
Westshore scrum on their own 22 here. And that one's just going to get blown up. Nobody liked the look of that one, so we'll just reset things here for another attempt, which eats away at the clock for these Valhallians. They need every second they can afford here, down 28-5 late in this game.
With both of those stoppages so close together, I do think maybe bodies are cooling off a bit. Another massive hit.
That one just goes down.
Tough to say whose fault that was. It looked like both front rows fell in on the mark, which does mean the scrum is getting reset, moving it out of the mud patch a little bit. If, however, in that initial collision in the scrum, you fall backwards, you get folded in half like a chair, it doesn't go your way, it will result in a penalty.
Not the case here. Mitch Bowie wearing the number 20 jersey. Scrum half for Westshore, the substitute with the put in. And now the penalty goes to Westshore, straight down.
That's what I was expecting.
Gotta keep your feet in those scrums as a front row player.
We got spectators tuning in from New Zealand and Newfoundland. Thanks so much for spending your Saturday with us. It's phenomenal to have you here.
On this chilly, cold island day. That ball doesn't go out. Cooper Coates is able to hold on to it, breaks the ankles of Mentaply. He puts it to the boot. Taimani is chasing back. Coots is right there. Coots gives to Nordstrom, who just has to punt that thing out of bounds. That was a great play from Cooper Coates, the fly half for UVic. And now they are right back in attacking position. That first half was really anybody's game, but it really seems like Vikes have taken control here in the second half with 25 minutes to go now. Six-man line out from the Vikes, setting up a maul. That one almost gets ripped down.
Oof, stopped in his tracks.
Insert is just going to have to run it himself. Now setting up the pick and go is the Vikes. Gets driven back by the Valhallians defense. Another pick and go. Kane Parrott's right on top of him.
Things are rumbling. The picture seems familiar.
Vikes find a bit of room, and he's in.
Another great series of play from the Vikes. All the way started with Cooper Coates' kick down the sideline. You know, Westshore tries to get into the Vikes half, and they just say, nope, send it back down.
Westshore looking like they don't know what's going on in their game here. Unfortunate position to be in for the Valhallians.
Tough to keep morale high as well. It is so important, though. There is 25-ish minutes left in this half. You can't tune out until the very end.
Kane Parrott talking to his troops, saying we got to get back in this. Not the result or position these boys thought they'd be in at this point of the match. Sander back on the boot, 4 for 4 today, trying to keep his game 100%.
I think this is the hardest kick he's had so far today. Most UVic tries have been in or around the posts.
And that one's just going to go wide. So 4 for 5 on the day for Gardner. Keeps the score at 33-5 in favor of the visiting Vikes. Westshore steaming up to this halfway mark to get things rolling again. Not trying to waste any more time.
Nice long kick.
Right back to Coates, who's going to go to the boot and put that out.
We've seen that picture 100 times so far today. I know the strategy of pinning the opposition down in their half is good, but if you're kicking it straight to the fly half like that every single time, it makes it a little tough because you know Coates is good with that boot.
As the ball gets back into bounds, Westshore sets up a full 7-man lineout.
Sucking up as many forwards as they can.
Trying to make some space for those backs. Alex meant to apply for Westshore in the game playing dirty. He had a great game in that Division 1 matchup against UVic. That ball goes to Taimani, who bobbles it. Ends up in the hands of UVic with a knock-on advantage.
That is tough to see because that lineout was good. It just did not make it to hands.
Out the back to Coates, excuse me. Vikes trying to spread this ball out with some space to the wing. They get it to the winger, back inside to Lot. Lot's got some space in front of him. He finally gets brought down by 3 or 4. And a penalty against. Great work by Johnstone Alindi. And he's going to tap and go quick. Trying to dance around, find some space. He bounces off a couple, gives outside to Taimani. Now Foster Dewitt will just take it in and reset things. Back the other way. Great hands from Abu El Naj to find Carroll, who has a bit of space in front of him. He stays on his feet. Another UVic player down. Now Luch dancing around trying to find a hole. He runs through, just goes into contact. Great hit there.
Massive collision.
Staying short side is the Valhallians. Bringing it in. Great clear out from the captain. Alindi dancing around, trying to find some space, gets swallowed up right away. Probing attacks from this Valhallians attack, and that's
another penalty for Westshore.
That was real lucky for the Valhallians. There was nobody over top of that ruck there, so Abu El Naj taps and goes quick. Now inside the Vikes 22 is Westshore. Haven't been here in a little while. Backwards is that ball. Now Nelson Oyu has it on the wing, just runs right into UVic. Foster Dewitt picks it up off the ruck, goes down. On the edge of the field is Westshore.
The rucks
Alindi gets swallowed up right away.
These rucks are getting messy.
Higgins goes for the pass, but elects to carry himself. Staying on the 22 is Westshore, not getting anywhere with this attack so far. And Nordstrom gives it.
Relieved by an offside penalty. Crazy
That was
work.
real lucky for the Valhallians. He was away all the way. Jeff Aluch is now going to tap and go himself. He runs through one, gets through. He's about 5 meters out, gives to Alindi. Alindi gets driven back into the ruck pile.
Absolutely hectic so far.
Nelson Oyu picks and goes. Advantage for the Valhallians.
They got to use it here.
Alindi dancing around, trying to find a gap in that Vikes defense. Doesn't go anywhere. So now Abu Al-Naj will carry. He gets driven back.
Westshore looks like they have a bit of an overlap. They got to send it out wide soon.
Got to stretch those backs out. Nordstrom finds Stojanovic, who just gets swallowed up right away. Now going the other way. Bowie to do it. He gets driven down right away. Good way to build some phases here is the Valhallians attack. That ball almost doesn't meet his hands. Alindi gets thrown around. Mentaply is able to clean it up, but it ends up in the hands of UVic, but Westshore with an advantage for an offside. Gibson goes quick. Gives to Stojanovic, who rumbles. He's about 2 meters away. Jeff Lelouch now goes. And that tries in. Westshore adding 5 to the board late in this second half.
They scored right when they needed to any longer, and it would have just been draining the clock.
Gibson is setting up the kick quick, excuse me.
Say quick kick 10 times fast.
He missed his first one. He's going to get that one to push it to 12. Now only down by, well, only down, but down by 21 is the Valhallians.
Less than 20 minutes in this half. Still lots of time to score. However, if each attacking phase takes that long, it might be a little tough to lengthen and get into that gap.
Referee telling the Vikes to speed things up here as they try to burn a bit of the clock.
I think the ref stopped the time there. And it's back on. Our match clock might be a little out of sync. It's good to see the ref identify, you know, these game tactics of slowing it down. UVic understanding they have a lead and really just need to drain the clock now. UVic changing up their kicking pattern for the first time in the match.
On. So Cooper Coates on the reset after the Westshore try. Down by 21 is the Valhallians trying to build a historic comeback here. Not out of the realm of possibility, but need some magic. Back to Nordstrom. Nordstrom goes to the air, keeps it in bounds. Lott now gives inside to Coates, who's going to go for another 50-22, but Mitch Bowie's back there, easily collects that one. Great take by the scrum half.
Oh! That's rough to see. Playing in front of your own half, playing in front of your goalposts, you can't knock it on like that.
A mistake from the Westshore fullback sets up a prime opportunity for the Vikes to put this one to bed with a UVic scrum 10 meters out.
Some substitutions coming on for the UVic squad.
Looks like Murdoch Casey is heading off the park. He's had a great game. I believe he had one try.
Mm-hmm. I think it was in that first half there.
Yeah. So, time back on here at Westshore Parks and Rec with a UVic scrum inside attacking zone. Another great hit in the scrum for both teams. Westshore trying to drive that out. They don't quite get it. The 8-man picks gets swallowed up right away by Ty Manny.
Ball's getting kicked around.
Ball is all over the place. Boys forget what sport they're playing for a second.
Playing some football.
To football. UVic with control. Swallowed up.
And stolen.
Stolen by Kane Parrott.
Phenomenal tackle.
But it's a knock-on against.
Tough, tough, tough. Moments of greatness, but unfortunately, they're just not coming away with the result that they need.
16 minutes to go here. Time ticking for these Valhallians to try and stage a comeback with Vikes firmly in control on the scoreboard. 33-12 is the scoreline with a UVic scrum here.
3 tries is the difference between these two teams at the moment. Not unheard of. A try every 5 minutes.
Not impossible, but they need some magic. That scrum's just going to get blown up with time off.
UVic's defense has proved impenetrable.
So reset on the scrum after the collapse with UVic still in control, setting up with a 3-2 split in the backs there.
They got a flanker on the wing.
I'm sure they've got something in mind for this set piece. They go to the short side. Lot with it. Lot trying to draw and pass. He gets it to the 7, who's just going to get in and score the dagger for the Vikes.
Well done. Try for Jackson Jones there on the UVic squad. North Island boy after my own heart. I remember coaching him. He did that same stuff in age grade programs. Now he's doing it in the men's.
38-12 now for the UVic Vikes with Gardner to set up. 4 for 5 on the day. Trying to add 2 more to the tally and push this scoreline over the almost insurmountable area.
I do think with this extra try, even with Westshore's best efforts, the scoreline is just a little too far out of reach for the Shield. However, the Thor's hammer, Lunk's hammer there is an aggregate trophy. So if Westshore can come back by at least 8 points, they retain that hammer despite losing the Shield.
And he will get it, pushing the score to 40-12.
With a left-footed kick, I always thought he was right-footed. Maybe ambidextrous, showcasing skill off both directions.
Getting close to the 70-minute mark here. Westshore has a big hill to climb. That one goes right back to the hands of Cooper Coates. He's outside the 22 this time, so he's going to have to keep that one in. Lindy bobbles it. He's all right. Nordstrom now with it. Goes to a Luch.
Defense is pressuring a Luch.
He sits one guy down. Goes to Nordstrom. Kicks that ball. Coates is underneath it. He's going to set up a counterattack here for the Vikes. Goes to the wing. He finds a bit of space, sits down Gibson. Almost got the counter steal there, was do it, but UVic holds on. Not quite sure where the ball is. And that's going to be a penalty against the Vikes late in this match.
Tap and goes have not been working the way they hoped. So down to the line out they go.
That ball doesn't make its mark, so Cooper Coates will take it. Dancing around.
Ref says it's fine. Some players complaining. Oh, a nice charge
down from Peyton Gibson. Westshore cleans it up inside UVic half. Now on the attack.
Huge.
Matt Weir. Over the top.
Back to himself.
Great play. Just how he drew it up.
Playing basketball today.
Staying short side. Sajanovic to Alindi. Alindi gives to Oyu. He gets swallowed up right away. Actually breaks out of the tackle. Throws another one off of him.
He's going. He's driving. And he's out of bounds.
Driven out.
Valiant effort.
One too many moves from Nelson Oyu.
Sander, not Gardner.
Apologies to Gareth Sandner there. Five for 6 on the day. His kicking has been really good for the Vikes, able to push up that lead by 10 points. 40-12 the scoreline as we enter the final 10 minutes. Foster Dude almost bobbles that ball. Westshore in control now inside UVic territory.
Ooh,
Great ball by the captain. Kane Parrott gives it to Jeff Lelouch. Quickly gets a try. 17 points now for Westshore.
I
Believe they went for the drop kick and just missed it.
That's tough.
Trying to just speed things up here.
90 seconds is valuable, but I don't know if it's as valuable as missing 2 points beneath the post. The ref telling people to speed it up. UVic taking their sweet time, rightfully so.
UVic trying to eat up as much of that clock as possible. 10 seconds says the referee to get going. That would have been, he's got to kick that off within 3 seconds. He does get it off. That would have been a penalty against. He goes deep. Nelson Oyu is going to pick up that ball. Just kidding, Jeff Nordstrom is. He's just going to have to run it in.
Setting up in the pocket, Gibson.
70 minutes gone now.
Nice curve on that kick, maximizing their distance up the field.
UVic line out inside Westshore territory, 40-17 the score line. 4-man line out for UVic. And
over. It's going to be a scrum for Westshore, I believe.
that was lucky because the
looked like Higgins was playing the man in the air.
Nope, I didn't see it.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Not that I'm biased or
Cut the
anything.
camera.
So off the UVic line out, Westshore's going to get a chance to get this ball back.
Substitution coming in.
Looks like Simeon John is coming on the field for the Valhallians. Another dirty player. He played in that Div 1 game. Sajanovic looks like he's got a cramp. Old fella.
Rather be an old fella than a fart smeller. I think time is stopped here, probably for the substitution as well as potential injury. I don't know if cramp classifies as an injury, but does require a little bit of assistance.
So just under 9 minutes to go by our clock here. Westshore down by 23. UVic has firmly taken control of this game in the second half. After that nail biter last week with the Valhallians just narrowly beating Burnaby by a single point.
You can go watch that game tomorrow. It is a nail biter.
Don't know if Westshore is going to be able to do it here, but we shall see. Gibson with the ball gives out to Aluch. Bitter room for the backs. Oyu gets brought down, stays in bounds. Counter ruck from Vikes are almost good, but they get the ball away.
Pump fake through the legs.
UVic crowd hollering for that one. Do it takes an awkward ball right into contact. Now Simeon John, his first rumble in the premier match. The other way, Matt Weir finds time Manny. Tries to get through, brought down by the UVic defense. This defense looks like they are on. So Gibson will go to the boot. Nothing going on with the attack. Right to the midfield. They bring it up. UVic attack down the short side. That ball stays in bounds somehow. Lott gives it out. Coates ends up with it. He gets swallowed up right away by Alindi.
Oh,
big stick by the Westshore defense.
could hear that smack from here.
UVic likely looking to just slow things down. Not much time remaining on the clock. One man on man here. He gets away from that tackle, gets the offload. Finally gets brought down by Bowie. Matt Weir was in there, and he does get it.
Oh,
Not releasing.
Why would you kick the ball away? UVic still presenting some energy, some franticness, which is good to see. They've not just shut off, assuming a win. Ball sails over top our scaffold here, avoiding the camera, thankfully.
Westshore line out right off of the halfway mark. 7.5 minutes to go. 6.5 minutes, excuse me. 5-man line out from Westshore. Goes to the front. Toby Higgins takes it cleanly. Westshore made a penalty for Westshore. Quick tap and go. Westshore made a substitution at the last break. Emerson Pryor gets into his first game of this half. Now Westshore outside. That ball misses it. Marks gets to Parrott. Parrott goes to a Luch. Breaking out of that tackle. Finally gets brought down. We will go back to the advantage.
The ref giving Westshore every opportunity here to make up some points.
Tap and go quick from Peyton Gibson. He's just going to rumble himself. Brought down by UVic.
Oh.
Goes in. Gibson finds Do It on the edge. Who gives to Ty Manny? Tries to break through. Doesn't quite get there. Mitch Bowie looking for help, doesn't find it, so he's going to go in himself. Gibson's going to go to Abu El-Naj. Gives the offload to a Luch, who throws a wild ball out. Ty Manny down on the field on the short side after that last phase. Lindy throwing guys off of him. Finally gets brought down.
But
and the ball gets turned over. Knock on advantage for the Vikes.
Tough to see.
5 minutes to go.
Ty Manny's back to his feet.
Coates will go to the air. He found a gap in behind the Westshore defense. Nelson Oyu is there to pick it up. Oyu almost got through.
Just tripped by his ankle.
Foster did.
What are you doing, man? Get off me.
He's just going to walk that one into contact. Now Gibson finds Simeon John, who gives out to Carroll.
Absolutely hectic.
Matt Weir now with the ball in hand, finds a bit of space, brought down just inside the halfway mark. Other way, Abu El-Naj all alone. Finally gets some support in that tackle. Westshore fighting to the bitter end here.
UVic's bench. Ow, big crash from the 10.
Great work from Nordstrom. Jeff Aluch just carries into contact, gets about 5 meters gain line on. Foster Do It. Looked like he was going to give an inside ball and gets driven back. Josh Nordstrom is hurting after that last one. Bu El-Naj carries. On every tackle by the men on the field here.
UVic's defensive pressure is phenomenal at the moment. Westshore slowly getting marched backwards.
Westshore out of answers here, and that ball gets knocked on by Abu El-Naj with 4 minutes to go on our clock. And no, that's it. That's time. UVic marches into Juan de Fuca and comes away with 2 wins on the day.
Not the second half the Valhallians were looking for. A strong showing in the first half. Great defense from the Vikes. Ultimately changes that flow of the game and allows them to take the win 40-10. 12. If you are watching, if you just tuned in, joined by my co-host Max Foote. We are in Colwood, British Columbia. We have another game coming up here next week, February 7th. Do tune in. If you're looking for more rugby, make sure to check out the YouTube. We've got old live streams up there. We've got edited videos with all that stoppage cut out so you can just enjoy your rugby. Pure 80 minutes of fun. Burnaby Lake versus Westshore. It's an absolute nail-biter, something for you to enjoy on your Sunday off.
As Zephyr said, thanks so much.